Welcome back, Internet. We are on episode 5 for Sandustry, doing the modded Titan map. I had a suggestion from somebody. Let's see, what was it? Let's see. I will have to read through this for a second and see if I can make sure I'm doing this right. So I will be right back. Okay, so I think if I'm understanding this correctly, then I can do... We'll do this. So if now this may or may not work. If I'm doing this wrong, let me know. This was recommended. This is pointed out, or I don't know how you want to put it, but this is by Ryoko, I think. Rio Oko. Anyway, so if I'm understanding this correctly, basically what I'm doing, and again, I could be completely wrong, is I'm going to do this, and then we need to put water. So we'll have to put water in here. And with the water, here we go. With the water being in here, it will have... where's my cryo thing? What should happen, if, like I said, if this is going to work the same way, then this will create... that may or may not be working. Let's see, what is that? Yeah, it's all steam. So, in theory, if this is the same build, then I might have to do this differently. So the concept is, if sorry, I gotta get my train of thought. If the same version I'm running as they are running, the mining drone, this guy, it should not be affected by water, if I was understanding it correctly. So it should, in theory, like I said, should in theory make it so that I can fill this up and make a little cavern out of ice, and that will make it not break the mining drill the way it would break if it hits bedrock. Because when you do the miner, when it bounces so many times off of this, it breaks the miner. So, if that's correct, and let's see if I can set this up real fast. I might have to speed this up because this might be kind of slow. Might be a little tricky. I might be doing this completely wrong. You know what? Let's move this. Move this to there. Oh, wrong thing again. Okay. So it doesn't. Okay, so yeah, it doesn't look like that's gonna work because it seems to break. Seems to break. So unfortunately, I don't think that's gonna work. But that's okay. It was worth a shot. I mean, it was a good idea. Okay, well, it seems that that did not work. So, I'm sorry. I did give it a try, though. So, it was worth a shot, right? Maybe you guys... Maybe you guys do have a way for that to work. I don't know. Um, so, yeah. Oop. Let's go ahead and just get rid of that. Okay, well, let's get that back up and running. Now, this guy. We need to sort this out. I think I'm gonna move this. So I think what we're gonna do. Oh, should we move it up to here? I think we'll move it up to here. So we'll just go conveyor belt. I'm probably not going to use this much anymore at this point, but you never know. I think what we're going to do... Oop, auto-saving. I think what we're going to do is we're going to build up like so. Put it all the way up to here. We'll make it really big. Like really big. So then ideally this won't have to cycle through. So maybe what we'll do is we'll do a launcher up like so. And no. How are we gonna do this? I want to get everything to go up and over, but I don't want everything to cycle through and get onto there. So, because I need to get the void bloom to go in, and I need to get red sand and amethyst. So let's go. We're gonna have all the stuff is gonna come over here to mix. Now we'll at least just do this. And we'll go filter, void bloom. Let that fill up for now. While I figure out how to process this. There's gotta be... I'm sure there's a better way of doing this. I think it might just be... I might just be making this a little bigger. So... we'll go like this. And let's make... Ooh. Because the red sand... Red sand is heavier, so it's going to want to fall down. It's going to be a tricky one. I think we'll just do... Basically what we were doing before. We'll go Void Bloom. Put it to here. Let's see if we can hurry this up a little bit. Alright, well, for now, we're just gonna cycle that through. I can go... Filter. Slag. Conveyor belt it all over to here. And... Oh, wrong one. Didn't mean to do that. So I'm going to put that filter back in. So I'm going to block burnt slag. There. That way, if anything doesn't make it through the first time, ooh, actually, maybe I can self-recycle. Actually, I don't think I need to self-recycle. I think what I can do is just go like this. And then we'll go filter. Ooh, no, actually, I don't think it's going to work the way I think it was going to work. If I do this, and we go filter. Block, allow, burnt slag, and then if it doesn't make it through there, okay, so yeah, so if the slag makes it through, then it'll get launched up, it'll land on there. And if it's regular slag, it'll just pop it back down through the other way. There we go. Okay. So what we need to do now... I want to do a launcher here. So we're going to go to launcher there. All the way up. And then we're going to do a allow. Amethylus. And this is going to be a allow red sand. And then, oh. Whatever doesn't make it can get dropped all the way back down here. We're gonna do allow only void bloom. We will have you going through here. I mean, for now, we're probably going to make it just bigger. Oh, we're starting to get some of the red sand in. Yeah, I think by the time it gets to here, everything should already be going. Alright, now we're sort of just in a waiting game. Sort of. Let's get all of our red sand out of here. And once this is done, what I'm gonna do is I'm planning on turning this whole thing into Amethyst collection. That way, this stuff all has basically somewhere to go. That's not gonna work. I think I saw a design where it's like only 2 to 3 at a time, and it goes all the way across, and then there's gaps in between for the stuff to fall through, where it goes like to the left and then to the right. I might want to try that one. Oh, that reminds me. There's supposed to be a mod that does adjust the under light levels, but I could not figure out how to get it to work. So unfortunately for now, until I can get that mod to work or figure out how it's supposed to work, until then, we're going to have to live with it being kind of darker inside. Because right now this is going to clog up too much, so I'm going to have to redo this, I think. Alright, so let's go ahead and do... Let's see if I can get this last one. Or is it not going to work for me? Okay. Time to light this up and see if this will make it any easier with less clogs. So far, so good. Yeah, that should spread it out a little bit. Okay. Seems to be going okay so far. Let's see if we can hurry this up. You know what? I might just, yeah, just let it fall through. It's fine. Give this a chance to filter through first. Oh, okay. Hopefully, this is going to give me enough space. It might not, but hopefully it does. I did not want to allow Amethyst. I want to allow Void Blue. Well, so far, so good, I guess. You know what? I think I might be getting to a point where I can dump the Amethyst. Because it should just work its way down through. Let's see if that'll speed that up a little bit. Man, you know, this map is so huge. It really is crazy how big this map is. There we go. Now got basically everything kind of set up. I just gotta filter through all this stuff. Let's go see if we need any more water. No, we're good on water. Should have all that, so. That's getting there. I suspect this episode is probably going to have a lot of editing down. I don't know if I don't think I've talked enough in this episode, have I? Yeah. Today, I mean, I had to work today. I wish I didn't have to work on Sundays. That would be nice. All the stores, they should just be closed. Give everybody Sunday off. But since I had to work Sunday, you know, I mean, it is what it is. You gotta make the best with what you got, right? A positive outlook. You know, usually I have some kind of a thought or like a topic that's interesting for me at that time. But I don't think I really have a whole lot. You know, I mean, today I could like try to find something to talk about, sort of a thing. I don't know. I don't feel like I have a lot to, like, topics wise. I mean, I suppose the few topics that I could get into would be like politics and religion, but I'm gonna try to kind of steer a little bit away from that, because, you know, people want to watch games and play games and do stuff to not have to deal with all that kind of stuff. I mean, I won't lie, and I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna hide it. yes, I am religious. I do have the beliefs and whatnot. But there's a lot of people just either can't. I'm fine with it. I like talking about it, but there's a lot of people who don't. Same with politics. There's a lot of people who just they don't enjoy talking about it because it eats. I, I think for a lot of people, it just feels too personal. You know, like a lot of people either take it too seriously because either it feels personal. So then they're like, oh, if you don't agree with me, and oh, it feels like you're attacking me, and even if you're not. Same with politics. There's a lot of stuff going on out there. A lot of people, they one side doesn't agree with the other side, and people end up fighting with each other and stuff. I don't know. Sometimes it gets crazy. I think that the biggest thing is you can't take it personal. You can't take it as if what politics or beliefs you have. If somebody disagrees with it, that doesn't mean that that person is bad or they hate you or it's not some personal attack. Whatever. I think too many people just take it personally. Like it's their way, their disagreement of what you think is them attacking you. I don't think that's how it should be, but I do think a lot of people take it that way. So, I mean, as much as I don't mind getting into those types of topics, like if somebody wants to sit down and have a friendly discussion, or if say somebody has thoughts on it, that's fine. I like talking about it because one, I mean, like I said, it's something I like. It's something that's important or I enjoy, however you want to put it. I do the same thing with like comic books. I enjoyed comic books. I used to read tons of comic books. I used to go, like we had this comic book store that was on the main road that they do the parades for 4th of July, and half the time growing up, we went to the parade. I usually sat inside and I read the comics. So I started collecting and doing stuff like that, and I enjoyed it. I like comic books. It's fun. It's a good kind of a good escape. And yet, even with all of that, I still feel like a lot of the comic book movies, I think they've just started to drag on. You know, you just start getting burnout on something because either they start reusing or rehashing the same stories. You know, I mean, so comic book wise, I have been a big fan, and my favorite superhero has for probably the last 30 plus years has been Spider-Man. I can't exactly put it on. It's just a multitude of things. Like most superheroes, either they're all powerful and so they can do impossible things or whatever. But Spider-Man has always been kind of like a down-to-earth type of character. Struggling to make ends meet day to day, yet also trying to fulfill, what he feels are his responsibilities. And, I don't know. I think he's a cool character. But yeah, just as an example, take Spider-Man, and as a character, they have rebooted or redone his story. I don't know, like what? Okay, so they've had, I think, one or two movies back in like the 60s and 70s or something like that, or 80s maybe. I want to say it was like the 70s. I never saw the older ones. I know they had the TV show, obviously the old Spider-Man. That was a cool theme song. I like that theme song, and most people know at least a little bit of it. But yeah, so they had those, and then they did the Spider-Mans in like the 90s, early 2000s, if I remember right. I want to say it was in the 90s, like mid to late 90s, and then I think the third one, because they did 1, 2, and 3, and then they ended up redoing another one, and then again, I think it was Sony had the rights to it, and then Sony did another one, and they did like 1 and 2, and then with the Marvel Universe, with all the movies, doing Avengers and all that, they made that one. They did like 3 of those. I mean, like I said, I like Spider-Man. He's my favorite character, probably of all time. And yet, I haven't even seen the last like 3 or 4 movies for Spider-Man. There's just too many. So, I don't know. Like I said, maybe it's just me, but it just feels like there's too much sometimes. I didn't realize I had a bunch of steam trapped in there. I had the same thing happen though with Burnout on what was it? Borderlands. Same thing happened on Borderlands where I liked the game. I loved the first one. I played a whole bunch. And just, I mean, I think I that's one of a few games that I put more than 100 hours in. There's not a lot of games that I've put that kind of time into. But Borderlands, the first one, was one of them. Second one, played through it one time. That was it. Because, I don't know, I just burned out. I just played way too much. So by the time the second one came out, I just like, meh, I've already played this. You know, like I said, I mean, it could just be me. There's only a few things I've played a ton of and been like, oh man, this is really fun. One of them would probably be Minecraft. I've been playing at least off and on, and I think a big part of it is mods. You know, it gives you something to change up and do when you played the plain just vanilla version for so long. But I mean, I've been playing that one since before my oldest kid. Like, I've been playing it a while. Let's see, what else? I mean, I think I brought it up last time. Doom. Including the newer versions. I mean, I've played Doom and Diablo. I've played those since, you know, they first came out. I've been pretty disappointed though with the last 2 Diablo games. Diablo 1 was a lot of fun. Diablo 2 though, I don't know. It was a lot. I feel like sometimes it was a little too much customizing, but it was still good. And I enjoyed playing it. Number 3 though, they went from trying to make a good game that everyone could play on their computer to trying to make it an accessible game for as many people as possible. And so they made it for consoles. That was the biggest problem I had with it. Diablo 1 and Diablo 2, you had your number keys, you had some shortcut keys. Diablo 3, I mean, basically, it was just you had four buttons. Yeah, you could kind of sort of customize, but you only had four buttons. So you spent, like, I don't know. It didn't feel like you had as much customization as you could. And then, I don't know, there's that fiasco when it first started for the first, I don't know, like 6 or 7 months with the actual like marketplace where you could get gold and spend your gold to buy items from other people or whatever. And then they sat there and patched it a whole bunch, and then it went back and forth and back and forth. I don't know. That happens a lot, but I miss the day. I kind of miss the games when back in the day they would make a game and that was just it. You got the game. If there were glitches or weird bugs in it, that's just how it was. Glitches and had weird bugs. And then you just learned to either deal with it or you made games out of that where you're like, oh, I'm going to speed run this or that. Yeah, I don't know. I miss the old games sometimes. Some of the new games are pretty sweet, though. Yeah. I don't know. I think I've been rambling for a while now. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you have like favorite comic book characters or movie characters? Do you have, I don't know, do you prefer comics versus movies versus, whatever else? I don't know. I mean, have you ever experienced burnout? Like, is there a game that you've played or a thing that you've done so much, and after so long, you're just like, I can't do this anymore. Because I don't know. I feel like everybody's had that. So, well, looks like we're going along pretty good. You know, back to the game. Let's see. Let's do this with the gun this time. Well, at least the wet spores over here are starting to make some progress. I think we have processed everything over here. I think. Well, I think we're probably gonna have to call it here. Oop, wrong button. So we've got a bunch of sand, otherwise this section is all done. Alright. We'll just keep pumping water out. That should be fine. Now I guess we gotta figure out which section we're gonna go to next. I mean, probably I'm just gonna go down to that section we just came out of and just go do the other side of it. Starting to think the Amethyst is gonna be too much. Like I might have to work on that one mod that's supposed to stop it from doing that. Alright. Well, like I said, and for realsies this time, I'm gonna have to get off. It is almost 1 o'clock in the morning, and I can feel my eyelids not wanting to stay open. You know, and I want to try to give you guys good quality at least. Might not be great at it, and it might not be, you know, the same value and volume of entertainment as those guys who have been doing it forever. But I do hope that you guys are enjoying it, because like I said, I do like this game. It's fun. I'm excited for the main version to come out. So, if you have liked it and you want to, you are welcome to hit the like button. If you want to see more, you can always subscribe. I try to put out a video every week. And until next time, have fun.